Welcome to Health Coach for Women. Intentional living for more happiness and fulfillment in your everyday life with your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker. Join Marsha as she shares her own personal wellness journey, as well as stories from our guests that will enlighten and inspire you to move towards better health and happiness. Now, here's your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Health Coach for Women, a podcast where we explore alternative and holistic solutions for better health and wellness. And I'm your host, Marsha. Thank you so much for joining me today. And before we get started, please go ahead and be sure to hit that like button and share as well as subscribe. Now, I do have a quote for you. All right. You know, I love quotes. So dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. Let me read that again. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today, by James Dean. So this brings me to today's topic, right? How to get started to design the life that you want to live, your dream life, living that life of whatever it is that you want to do. And how is that related, right? How is that related to health? So it's related to health because so many people are living their lives simply and merely existing because we are living in this survival mode, living to just go to work, pay the bills, and to put food on the table, to take care of the family, right? Take care of the children. But how many dreams get buried, right? How many dreams get unfulfilled that never came to fruition because we were so busy living in survival mode, forgetting about our dreams, abandoning our dreams and our goals of the things that we wish to achieve. And so that kind of robs us of our life, right? It kind of robs us of our life's purpose and mission. And I don't think that the Creator has put us here simply for us to go to work and pay bills. Okay. In addition to worshiping and creating for those who are faith believers and believe in the Most High God, I don't believe that we are here just to simply go to work and pay bills. And I think many of you could agree with me on that, right? So how many times have you heard it happen or even seen it happen, or you yourself may have lived it, right? Or actually living it, not really living your full potential of the things that you wish to achieve and accomplish in life. And so that's why I came up with today's topic on how to design the life, your dream life, how you can go about and getting started in creating the life of your dreams, right? And so, but before I get into that, I just wanted to mention about last week's episode. For those who were listening or watching on YouTube, I had some technical difficulties. I was able to launch it on my podcast platform that I have with no problem, but my computer was really acting really crazy and weird, and it was just acting. I had to do a system restore, reset, and I was like, I need to make sure that I have some type of backup plan in place in case that happens again. But what I am doing is making sure I have everything set and already pre-scheduled. That day, I just uploaded it that day. So I'm making sure that today, but when you're seeing this episode or listening to this episode, it is everything is working fine and in order. So I apologize for those of you that was on YouTube that was not able to see the video at the scheduled time, which is at 11 a.m. Okay, I digress for a moment, but I wanted to get back to that. So how get back to today's topic, which is um, how to create that dream life, right? That you wish to have. How to design the life that you want and live the life of your dreams. How do you get started? Where do I begin? Well, it starts with a vision. you know it starts with first a vision, right? And so but even prior to the vision, your thought, right? What is it that you actually want? What is it that you want? Is it that you want to, I don't know, become a speaker? Is it that you want to become an artist, or an engineer? Whatever it is, whatever it is that you wish to achieve or accomplish. Maybe it's none of those things. Maybe it has nothing to do with career wise. Maybe you have a goal that you wish to run a marathon, right? You wish to run a marathon and you wish to at least come in at least second or third place, if not first place, right? But you should always set your expectations high. So if that is your goal should be, I want to win them in a marathon. I want to come in first place, right? I want to be the one, the number one, top. So how do we get started, right? It starts first by having that thought and creating a vision, right? So in creating a vision and being crystal clear on what it is that you wish to desire, right? So ask yourself this question. If money was not an object, if money and time and all of these excuses that we give ourselves, that we tell ourselves, was not an option, what will we be doing? What would our dream life look like? What is it that you would really want? Would it be to spend more time with the children or family? Would it be to travel the world? Would it be to, speak on stages? Would it be to write several best-selling author books, bestsellers? What is it that you would want to achieve? Maybe you wish to run a food pantry, right? Maybe that's your vision. So maybe it's to run a food pantry or to create some type of nonprofit where you can help feed the homeless and the hungry, right? Maybe that's your vision. All of these are beautiful things, right? And that desire is your burning desire, your passion. So how do you go about that? Having that vision, okay? Having the vision for what you want, and then start to do the task to create that vision, right? And also setting your mindset up to prepare yourself and for the things that you want, because nothing in this life that we want is easy, right? If we may go to work every day, and the hardest part basically is showing up, right? So many people go to jobs that they truly dislike. They don't like it. They have burnout. It's stressful. It's burnout. It's understaffed, underpaid, overworked, all of these things. But we show up. Why? Because we are in the survival mode. But what if that was not an issue, right? What's the dream life that you want? So you start to have that vision and you write it down, right? You write it down. And if you're a visual person like myself, I like to see it. And if you can put images with it, right? Take pictures. Maybe you want to, maybe a vision board will work for you, right? Create yourself a vision board and put yourself in the mindset, the mind frame of what it is you wish to desire. Because nothing that we want comes without challenges, right? And so you put yourself in that mind frame. This is what I want. I desire to, my dream life is to spend more time with family, my children and family, and maybe travel, take a few trips while I, just have more quality time with family. That's your dream life, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful, because spending quality time with your family is a priority, right? That's a priority. This is what we want. We want to spend more time with our family, spend more time with our children. So what do we need to do? Start writing it down. Create yourself a vision board, right? Give yourself a time frame, right? Set a time frame for this life that you wish to have. But don't hold it. Listen, when I say that, I don't want you saying, okay, we have to be realistic. Okay. I don't want you to say, okay, I want this dream life of such and such within a year, when you know realistically it may not happen within a year. Let's set some realistic goals of what it is that we wish to achieve and start taking the small steps to get there. Right? Let's start taking the small steps to get to where we want to go to have the life that we wish to have. And so having that vision, writing it down, right? Always having your affirmations of what it is that you want, right? So that you can manifest what it is that you want. Visualization, seeing the image, create the movie in your head, right? So put it like this. If you can see this movie of your dream life, what would it look like? What would it look like? How would it start out? Who's there by your side? Who's supporting you? Who is there, right? What are you doing? Where are you? And so do that. Create this movie, right? And start writing it down and having the images in your head. If you're visual, again, like myself, having the pictures, right? So that you can see the images of what it is that you want. And then create a plan. How will I achieve this goal? What steps do I need to take to get there, right? What do I need to do? What needs to be in place? Now, it may require you may need to put in more hours at work. You may, right? You may need to put in more hours at work because maybe your goal is starting that business and, it requires funds for you to get started and to whatever, right? And so maybe that is what it may take for a period of time. You stay focused on the mission, right? Stay focused on the mission of what it is that you wish to achieve and see it as it has already been done. It has already been established for you because everything you need is within your grasp. Everything that you need and desire is right within your reach, and you have to just see it as if it is already there. And then what happens when we have these hurdles, right? What happens when we come across these hurdles? Because, as we are getting closer to the things that we desire and the things that we are trying to achieve, there's always going to be some curveball. There's going to be some obstacle or challenge that's going to come into your way, right? And so the best of the best will tell you that. And the best of the best will always tell you it's okay to fail, right? It's okay to fail. You may not succeed the first time, maybe not the second time, maybe not even the third time, the fourth, the fifth. The goal is to keep pushing forward for what it is that you want. No matter what, you keep pushing forward. And that's why having the mindset is so important. That's why staying in a positive frame of mind with prayer, meditation, exercising, keeping your brain healthy, movement, right? These things impact our moods. In addition to that, making sure that you eat the proper foods, right? That's going to be helpful for your brain, as well as the physical body. You want to make sure you do those things because how you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay, so let's begin to start doing the things that we need to do to keep our minds strong and positive and healthy, and to be able to get to where we want to go, to where we want to be, right? And so for me, I still have a lot that I wish to accomplish, right? Okay. Yes, I'm writing articles. I'm an executive contributor at Brains Magazine. There's so much more that I want to do, right? In addition to my coaching, but there's so much more, right? There's a whole, there's a host of other things that I'd like to accomplish, but I want to learn languages. I want to learn several languages. There's a lot that I want to do. You may be the same way, right? You may have a lot of things that you want to accomplish, but start taking these small steps to celebrate those small wins and working and striving to get started with creating that dream life that you wish to have for yourself. It's possible, and you have to see everything as possible rather than impossible. And so when I'll go back to that quote, when the quote by James Dean says, dream as if you'll live forever and live as if you'll die today. What would you do if you only had 24 hours to live? Would you spend that time going to work? If you was told you only had 24 hours to live, would you go to work? Now, if you were passionate about what you do, maybe you at your job, it's helping and working with others and caring for others and things like that, whatever it is, you probably would, right? But someone else, maybe for them, that's not it, especially if it's a job that they're displeased with, they're not really satisfied or fulfilled with. I don't think they would be going to work, right? I think they would spend those last 24 hours doing something that they love, right? Spending more time with their family, maybe taking a 1-2 hour road trip somewhere, or maybe going somewhere and doing something daring on the edge, bungee jumping or skydiving, jumping out of a plane, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. So ask yourself, what matters to me? What do I wish to achieve in this, right? Again, it's not about just living this repeated life of getting up, going to work, come back home, the routine, the mundane routine of going to work, when you know that there's so much more potential within you, because the Creator has given us that, right? He's given us this, but it's for us to tap into, use it. We have to use it. You don't even realize the gift that has been put inside of you, right? But you have to awaken it. You have to see it. You have to want it, right? But if you don't want it, then it's all for naught. You have to have the desire to want to do it, to live the life that you want. And I don't care if your dream life will be peace, right? Your dream life is just having a life of peace. That is it. That's priceless. That is priceless. To have a life of just having peace, okay? And just maybe going out to the park and being in nature, listening to the birds and seeing the trees and the squirrels and the animals, and just being out in nature, walking bare feet on the grass, right? Being grounded, spending time by the beach or the water. If you have, wherever you may live, you may just want to do that and just have a life of just simple peace. That is priceless, my friends. That is priceless. And if that's your vision, that's your goal, you need to strive towards that. You need to strive towards that. And so you have to ask yourself, okay, so what can I do to give me that lifestyle? All I want is to just relax. I just want to be able to be free, to have that time freedom. So many of us would love to have time freedom, right? So what's your strategy on getting there? What is your strategy on getting there? How will you go about that to get that time freedom that you want to have, right? And so it could include learning a new skill, right? Learning a new skill that's going to help you get there, right? Something where you can maybe generate passive income, right? Maybe it's, okay, I want to join an investment group or a real estate group. Maybe you don't even want to be part of a group. Maybe you want to purchase some real estate and own some rental properties, right? And collect rents every month. And so it all just depends on what it is that you want. And then finding those people who are well versed into that field of whatever it is that you're trying to learn, and getting the information that you need, and as well as implementing the strategies of what you need to do in order for you to get there. Right. And no one is saying that this is going to happen in 24 hours. No one is saying that this is going to happen in the next 30 days. But you have to put something in a place to get started. The goal is to get started today, right? That is the goal. The goal is to get started today, writing it down, right? Visualizing, doing your meditation, visualizing, seeing it, believing it as if it's already done. And now that leads me to another key word: belief. You have to have belief. And so if you don't have belief in yourself, then it will not happen. You have to have belief. And this is why mindset is so important. You have to believe in yourself, right? And I know for me, I've gone through that. I've gone through that. No confidence at all. And thinking like, oh, no one's going to listen to me, or I don't sound right, or I don't look right. This is not right. And I don't look right on just finding all these things to critique myself, and to give myself an excuse as to why I'm not doing it, as to why I shouldn't do it. Right. But I had to move past that. Right. I had to move forward. And it took a while. Okay. It took a while for me to really get comfortable being on camera and all of these things, right? And if you begin to get uncomfortable, if you're not getting uncomfortable and doing something that's maybe challenging and scary, you're supposed to feel that way. That's normal, okay? And if you don't feel that way, then you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Get uncomfortable. Right? Be okay with being uncomfortable. Even if you're scared, do it anyway. Okay? Do it anyway. And remember to stay focused on setting your goals, setting your intentions, right? That's important. Setting your intentions for the day of what it is that you want. Setting your intentions, being adamant and having positive affirmations on what it is that you wish to achieve. And when things don't always go as planned, it is okay. All you do is start all over, my friends. You just start all over. It is okay. You're going to have days when you get frustrated. You're going to have days when you want to quit and say, forget it. You may take a break, right? You may go on a hiatus, right, for a while, because you're dealing with all these things and you're feeling like, are you good enough? Are you good enough? Well, let me tell you something, sisters. You are good enough. You're worthy. You need to keep pushing forward. And if you're battling with some issues that you need to resolve, things that you need that's hindering you, you got to get to the source of why. Are you afraid of success? What if you could? What if you could have this dream life of whatever it is that you want to achieve? What if, right? And you have to remember that life is full of infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities, right? Anything and everything is possible. Everything is possible when you believe. And so without belief, there is no dream. There is no vision if you do not believe. And so you have to believe in yourself first. You have to find a way to believe and build up your confidence, right? You have to keep doing it every day, no matter what. And so you're dealing with not having the confidence to do it, being afraid of the what if. Dang, well, what if that is possible? What if I could, do this and have this or whatever? What if, right? Why not you, right? And sometimes as you evolve, you will tend to maybe have a different viewpoint, maybe than your peers or family members, and see things differently. as you begin to evolve and start thinking differently, right? And so maybe you're used to people not having, operating from a lack, or maybe that's been you your whole life, operating from this place of lack. But we need to operate in a place of abundance, and that knowing that any and everything is possible. Why? Because you have the gifts within you that is planted inside of you to achieve whatever it is that you wish to achieve. Whatever it is that you wish to achieve, but you have to see it for yourself first. I can't, even as a coach, I can only do so much, right? I can only walk you through the process, right? Walk you through the process for you to see, right? But you yourself have to believe, okay? Without that, there's nothing. So if you want to go ahead and get started today. What is it that you want to achieve? Remember, the question is, what would you do if money was not an issue? What would you be doing? What would you like to do? What would your life look like? Create this movie, right? Create this movie, right? Even give it a title. Shoot, why not, right? In your mind, you can create, and you in your mind, you can go wherever you want to go. You can be whoever you want to be in your mind. And it can also come to fruition, right? I want to see people win. I want to see you win, even if there's a small step. Whatever it is, celebrate those wins. I get happy and excited for people like it's myself. If you say you just got hired at a new job, or they just promoted you to a new position, I'm celebrating and I'm happy for you. Yay! Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's be able to have that belief, have that vision, that you can create the life of your dreams. You can live the life of your dreams, and you can get started today. But if you don't get started today, hey, tomorrow is never promised to anyone, including myself. Okay, so start living the life, start being intentional about what it is that you want. All right, and I think that is all I have for now. I appreciate you. I thank you for tuning in, listening. For me, it's just about pure positivity, putting out positive vibrations out there, and to just live my best life as best as possible. All right. And so I wish for you the same: health, happiness, abundance, joy, all of the good things that is here for us in this life. I wish you all the best. Please share and subscribe. But until next time, bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening to Health Coach for Women with your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to rate, subscribe, and review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate that effort. Until next time.